What's up, you guys? My name is Justin, Forever Self-Employed. Today we are in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm with my buddy Alex. He's a 0 to 7K course graduate, as well as an Inner Circle member. And today we're going to be taking a look at his truck build that's behind me. It's a $17,500 truck build, and he's going to be walking us through every single aspect of it. But before we get into that, I do want to mention, if you guys are interested in learning how to build and plumb a similar setup to this, check out the first link in the comment section and the description. Myself, Mike Vidan, Cody from Southeast Soft Wash, and Aaron from Aaron's Lean and Mean Academy recently built out a how to wash course covering everything from chemical application, ratios, downstreaming, soft washing, beginner equipment, all the way up to the pro builds and wash walkthroughs on every residential surface that you could ever imagine. So if you guys are interested in that, check out the first link in the comment section in the description. But let's go ahead and check out Alex's truck build. All right, Alex, so show us what you're working with, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. We'll start with the washers over here. So we're missing the pull cord assembly. I've got it over on the 4-gallon because I broke the other one. But yeah, right here we've got a 5-gallon a minute, 3,000 PSI cold water unit, belt drive. So it's going to be really good long term for us to make some money with it. It's plumbed here to the 200-gallon buffer tank. It's got this bypass here that returns water to the tank, so you don't have to continuously hold down to the trigger. We've got the supply line over here on the bottom. You can't really see it. Then we got the AR45 gas roof pump, puts out 11 gallons a minute. So, I mean, you can wash a house with it. You can do roofs. You can pre-treat driveways, and I'll pull something out here that's kind of cool, man.
AR45, that thing sounds like a damn assault rifle.
Yeah, I know. Well, they got the AR62. That one does I think over 12 gallons a minute, wow. Something like that. But I picked up this manifold system here. He built this custom. You got your water line here directly from the tank. You just choke it a little bit to pull this chemical and soap. You can dial this soap in by the percentage, so it tells you the numbers right here. So you can get an accurate number of how much chemical you want, how much soap you want. So I mean, let's say you're doing a driveway, right? Maybe you're putting on 3 or 4%. You want to do the house while it's sitting there, and you just crank it down to about 1%, and maybe 2 if you've got a really dirty house, and you can just work so much faster. You don't have to keep mixing buckets. You don't have to batch mix. So I mean, that can save you hours. I mean, hours in a week if you really think about it. Here we just got a 16-inch surface cleaner Whisper Wash. It's just a really high quality surface cleaner. It's good with the 4-gallon. It's good with the 5. It's just good for good for doing driveways and stuff like that. Here we got my 4-gallon a minute. I bought this a couple months ago, 4,000 PSI. So, it gets the job done. Belt drive, so I can just keep it in storage and pull it out if I ever need it.
And you upgraded to this unit from a 2.5 gallon a minute,
yeah,
right?
I was using a 2.5 gallon a minute for quite a long time. I'd say about 6 months. Made some good money with it. It wasn't ideal, but it got the job done for sure.
Just for anybody who thinks that they can't start a pressure washing business with a 2.5 gallon a minute.
Yeah, well, maybe we can. Maybe I can send you some pictures. I used to load up the 2.5 gallon a minute into the back of my Chevy Cruze, and 5-gallon bucket in the trunk with some garden hose. Man, it was tough days for sure.
Hey man, that's how you got to get it when you're first starting out.
You just got to get started, man. You just got to pull the trigger. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter how you get started, but yeah, I mean, we just got some random stuff back here. We got some gas. We got a little leaf blower for just blowing off driveways and stuff like that. We got some degreaser that we're using today. A little bit of bleach. And this is a 12-inch Titan reel. It can hold up to, I think, 250 feet of 3/8 pressure hose, 250 or 300. But just standard manual crank. I mean, it's a huge time saver. Holding 200 foot of hose can be kind of cumbersome if you don't have it on a reel. It just takes up a lot of space in the truck. It saves you a lot of time. Although we don't have this plumbed out yet, this is my ag hose for the soft wash unit. That 11 gallon a minute we took a look at earlier. We got this cool, it's called a wash down gun. It's got this circular pattern in here, so when you pull the trigger a little bit, it kind of does like an O pattern, right? And so you can, if you just spray it kind of in like a loose pattern, it's basically like a fan tip. And then as you pull it further, it makes that hole tighter. And so, I mean, you can, without switching tips and stuff like that, it can save time. And if you're working with, maybe some 6% SH on a roof. I mean, you can, it gets all over your hands and your gloves, and it's not ideal, but I mean, I could be spraying this, and then I could maybe shoot, up to the top of that building by just pulling the trigger a little bit harder. So. Oh wow,
so that'll pull chemical as well then, right?
Yeah, this pulls directly from the line of that manifold system I was talking about, and so, there's no like flipping tips to, like you would with downstreaming, right? You don't have to go from your low pressure to your high. It's cool, man. It just saves a lot of time. It's low pressure, so you're not gonna damage anything with it. They look kind of funky, but they're definitely like probably the most sound gun that you can get. And also too, if you're using like the PVC guns that you can get with a lot of soft wash systems, they're you know, you got to change out the tips, and they're kind of brittle too if you don't get the right one. You know, just standard Flexzilla hose. It's probably the lightest, you know, professional garden hose that you can get. You just roll it out, roll it back up, and I mean, you can throw on more if you need to. I think I got like 250 foot on there. So
absolutely. So did you build the framing and everything for this, Alex?
Man, this ladder rack, I bought it on Marketplace from a guy that he built this himself, and it worked out really good. It's really heavy duty. It came with these nice little like kind of U-shaped prongs here. So
oh wait, Alex, I don't mean to interrupt you, bro, but you got the inner circle sticker in there. Come on,
you guys
baby.
gotta get in there, man. I'm telling you. I mean, your money will be made back on that. So.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, the pressure washing shop that I go to, they had to add these little. I don't weld, man. I don't really do all.
Come on, you're not a real man. No, I'm just kidding, bro.
You don't want to get me around, dude. I would mess some stuff up. For sure.
Yeah,
but,
me too, man.
Yeah, but they, I mean, they did all this custom. I was talking to a guy that saw my truck, and he was like, "Wow, that's actually so smart that you put this like cross section here." And I was like, "Man, it just came like that." You know what I mean? And so it's perfect if you want to you can just weld these little pieces on here and, you know, screw in your reels. And I mean, if you want to move them eventually, you can. I know some guys like the adjustable sections, but if you're just getting started out, I mean, this is like the ideal ladder rack for you, especially if you're putting on like heavy pieces of equipment on the side of it.
And then last question, Alex, is there any reason specifically why you went with the truck build instead of a trailer build?
Yeah, I just personally, I just don't want to haul around a trailer.
I don't blame you.
I mean, if you're in downtown Charleston, the streets are really narrow. There's definitely been some houses that I've done in some neighborhoods that I've worked in that if I had a trailer with me, man, I would not be able to make it work. You know, I'd have to park somewhere across the street and run my hose across the asphalt, and there'd be people driving over it all day. And with this truck bed, I mean, if I need to back it in somewhere tight, I totally can. If I need to go wash, which I've done before, I've washed out like kind of in this like really mucky park and like this person's house that just had a ton of like just mud and stuff everywhere from construction, and I have no problem getting in and out.
Sweet. So it just helps with the mobility and everything.
Yeah, it's lean and mean, as you would.
It's lean and mean, baby.
It is, man.
Well, sweet, Alex. Look, every video has a word of the day, man. So what would you like the word of the day on this one to be?
Oh gosh.
Got you on the spot, man.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Cleaning it up.
Because we're about to do a barbecue place. I'm not sure if the commercial job's going to come out before the equipment job, but either way, be on the lookout for both of them.
It's going to be a good time, man.
Alex, well, thank you so much, man, for
sure.
showing off the rig, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
All right, you guys.
Sure.
Hip hop mentality, I stash the look.